This is day 36 of being a fire lookout. Here's what I did today. Good morning. It's about 10:30 in the morning and I'm up in the tower, and that fire that I mentioned yesterday has grown to about 511 acres as of last night. So it might be much bigger now. I haven't gotten a report this morning, but the smoke has pretty much socked us in here and I can't see almost anything. So that's what it looks like from up here. Quite a bit of smoke. So my family's here. They got here last night. They're on a road trip from Oregon to South Carolina. And so they stopped by. They spent the night. We had dinner and hung around the campfire. And then they're out by the campfire now too, having breakfast and just hanging out. So my parents slept in that tent over there. And then there's everyone now hanging around the campfire. But last night it was pretty tight in the cabin. We had Blessing and I in our bed, and then we had a board along the rafters with my sister sleeping on it. And then I had another sister and a friend sleeping on hammocks hanging from those rafters. And then my brother was on the floor, and then my parents slept in the tent outside. It was pretty tight. The dog stayed outside last night too, but it worked and we stayed warm. It's nice and cool. Other than the smoke everywhere, it's a really nice morning. You can see it's very smoky. I wouldn't be surprised if that fire grew significantly during the night.
Azimuth is 189 degrees. Fuels include brush and timber, and no structures broke. How copy?
One of the other lookouts just turned in a smoke report, but it is way east of us. It's nothing for me to concern myself with. The smoke is mostly clearing out here, so I can see now, but still pretty hazy in areas where the wind hasn't blown the smoke out.
See you sometime. 2027? I don't know.
I'm headed up to the tower again. My family left about an hour ago at 3 o'clock. I'm very glad that they were able to make it, stop by, spend the night, because then we get to see them a bit. They don't live in the US, so we often go for quite a while without being able to see them. They are in the US this summer, but most of that time is spent in Oregon, and we had to leave to come to the lookout at the end of June, so we weren't able to overlap with them much. Thankfully, when we went back to Oregon for my friend's wedding, we were able to see them a bit there. And then they are now actually on a road trip all the way from Oregon to Alabama and then South Carolina, dropping two of my siblings off at college. And they were able to stop by and they could camp and see our life up here at the lookout. After being in Oregon for this last weekend, kind of feels really quiet and lonely being up here by ourselves, but I'll get used to it again. And I really like it up here. It's the afternoon, and that fire over there, I still haven't gotten any size bigger than that 511 acres that was last reported, but you can see that column starting to pick up again. I can kind of see it behind that ridge, and it looks like the fire spread. In addition to that main column, there's a lot of smoke coming up other places around there. Well, that's about it for today, so you all have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.